What's up, guys? Tyler from Vant Trading here. Today, I'm going to give you a non-biased and honest review of Tradingview platform. I say non-biased, and I also say that this is the platform that I use to chart, and it's my favorite one. But I'll tell you why. Actually, most Forex traders, and I talk about Forex, for stocks, completely different. It's a different story. But for Forex, Tradingview is probably the best because, not only do almost every single trader that I know, and that probably you'll see, use a Tradingview to chart, because probably the only other platform that you might use to chart is the MT4, the MetaTrader 4 platform, or 5, but there's a lot less you can do on MT4 and 5 compared to Tradingview, and I'll show you why. There's a lot to Tradingview, so bear with me, and we're going to kind of walk through this together. All right, so first things first, this is not how it would normally look as the default way or the default view, but this is how I kind of set it up, and I'll show you how you can set it up, to your liking. So first things first, this is what you first look at when you go to the Tradingview charts. And if you look at it, there's a lot to it, but kind of walk through it with me. The top left here, this is where you can input any pair or any stock ticker, anything you want to look at. So for example, if I want to look at like GBP, JPY, type it in, hit enter, and it pulls it up. There's a couple other ways you can pull up charts. If you clicked on the chart, all you got to do is type in the ticker, AUD, USD, enter, boom. And the third way is over here in your watch list. Now this is my watch list for the ones I have, but you can toggle between them. You click on them, and it'll pull up the chart. Now in order to add symbols to your watch list, you go at the top right here, type in what you want, and then hit enter, and it adds it to it. Okay, so that's how you kind of toggle between different symbols and pairs. Now, as far as time frame goes, it's all up here. Now, this is the time frames I use, but if you click this arrow next to it, it drops down every time frame they have. Now, what you can do, I like to do, because I'm just too lazy to hit the arrow to go drop down, you can go over here and select this star, and it favorites it. And this is the favorite bar. This is where all your favorite time frames will be, so you can kind of just click through them and toggle through them. Now, moving on to the right here, these are different kind of charts. Now, these, again, this is the favorite bar I have, but if you hit the arrow, this is all the different charts that you can have. Candles, bar, line, area, all that stuff. Again, to the right here, hit the star, and it'll put in your favorites bar. Moving on to this plus right here, this is where you can overlay another symbol or pair on the chart you're currently on. So if I wanted to compare AUD USD to the SPX 500, which is what I'm on now, there, it'll overlay this blue line is AUD USD, as you can see up here. But one thing to note, that when you do switch between charts, that AUD USD overlay will stay on. Now, if you want that off, you can simply go up here, hover over it, hit the X, or you can click on the blue line and then hit delete. Moving on up here, this FX, that's where you can add different strategies or indicators. Now, for example, if I wanted to put relative strength index, type in RSI. Now at the top here, these are the built-in strategies indicators that Tradingview has put in and coded in, but underneath that where it says public library, anybody who is a part of Tradingview can create their own indicator strategy as long as you know how to code PineScript. But these below here is what everybody else, and here's the author, has coded. I like to use the built-ins, but it's up to you. Click on it, and I already had it on the chart, so it added 2, but here's your RSI window below. And if you want to quickly just hide it, double click on the screen on the chart and it'll kind of hide it. And then same thing, double click, it'll bring it back. Now, moving on, this is one of my favorite things of Tradingview. If you see this, it's almost like a rewind, replay button. If you click on it, you can go back anywhere in time and act like you're alive at that moment. So, see if you want to back test or see how you would have traded in that moment. So say I want to go back to this time. Click on it, and boom. What you can do now is you can either click this button right here, and then it'll go bar by bar moving forward, or you can click play, and it'll, depending on the speed that you put, it'll just kind of play by itself. Now, when you're done, just click the X, and it'll go back to real time. Moving on, this box right here is your chart layout box. If you click on it, you can have as many chart layouts as you want, depending on your membership level. Now, I think free membership level, if I'm not mistaken, can go up to 2. You know, don't quote me on that, but you can look that up by just Googling Tradingview membership levels. If you go to 2, it'll populate 2, and you can just put, you know, you can either sync them by clicking it again and going down here. You can sync the symbols, the crosshairs, interval time, drawings. You can sync whatever you want, or if you want them separate, don't click any of them. Now moving over here, this is where you can save chart layout. So if you want to save, like, you know, chart layout with 2 different split screen, you can click new chart layout. Click on the box, open up 2, and then there. Then all you want to do is click on this, click rename to chart layout, and it's saved. Let me show you how to access that. You can either go up here, the three line thing, and then hover over to markups, and boom, 2 chart layout. I already had one, so it shows 2, but this is where they would be. Or you can go over to here, the arrow, load chart layout, and then here they are as well. So moving on to the right, if you go to this, if you use this camera right here, what that is if you have a nice, you know, a nice chart setup that you really like, and you kind of want to save to see how it played out and see if you're right. You know, for example, I think it's going to go up and then pull back down and then go back up. I want to save that for future reference to see how it's going to work out. I click the camera, save image, and here it is. And it's timestamped and everything. So it's, you know, you can go back, reference it, and see how you would have done. Moving on to the left toolbar over here, these are all where your drawing tools and everything else, you know, everything else is. So if you click the arrow next to it, it drops down a bunch of other things that, you know, that you might use. I'm not going to take the time to go through all of them because that would take forever. But it has literally everything I could think of that you would need. And again, the same thing, if you like certain ones, you can go over here and click the star and favorite it. Then it pops up this favorite toolbar. You can drag it and put it anywhere on the screen you want. It just got in the way for me, so I kind of ended up hiding it. But that's pretty cool, you know, if that's something you want to do. Now moving back over here to the right, where your watch list is, if you click the arrow up here, you can create different types of watch lists. So, you know, create new list, you know, type in 30-minute trading, whatever, save, and then now you can just add whatever you want to it. And there you have your own watch list. Hit the arrow and there it is. So, you know, I'm gonna get rid of that real quick. Another cool thing is if you're in a, you know, for example, if you're in a trade and you want to, you know, make note of that, you can click over here where this button is, click it, and you can flag it a certain color. Now, again, this is per membership level. So I think free, you can only do one color, but I think the next level up, which is pro, I think it's $15 a month. You can do any color. So green, you can flag whatever you want, but if I were to trade, I'd flag it green. Now, if I have a setup that's coming and I have like an alert for it, I might flag it yellow. And then if you go up here, you can kind of go, you know, you can sort it per color. And if I want a green, oh, these are all the trades I'm in. These are actually not the trades I'm in, but, you know, again, orange, you know, these are all the ones that I'm waiting for setups to happen. Okay. And then, so if you look below that, this is just the details and different types of financial and technical data for your pair that you clicked on, that you're on right now. So you can kind of go through that if any of that suits your fancy. And then below that, you have headlines for whatever pair you're on. So it pulls right from the I think FX Book, if not it's Forex Factory. I can't remember which one it pulls from, but it pulls data from different news sources for that pair you're on. If you look up here, right here on the top left, this is all of the information about the chart that you're on. So I'm on GBP JPY on the 30-minute chart, FXCM liquidity provider. This green circle means that it's open right now. The market's open, high, low, close. Okay. Now, another cool thing is if this interests you at all, you can actually connect a broker to TradingView and trade directly from here. There's only a certain, maybe like 8 brokers that are actually compatible with it. But if you have any of those brokers to connect it, you can trade directly from here. Okay, so another cool thing is, as far as alerts goes, if I wanted to be alerted, when it came up to this box, this zone right here, go over to the right, hit this plus, add alert, and boom, you can just add an alert to that level. When it crosses it, it's going to alert you. If you right click it and edit it, there's a lot of different things you could do with the alert. You can send it to your email, you can have it sent to your phone, expiration date, you can have it alert you every time it crosses it or only once, whether it's crossing it, greater than, less than. There's many different things you can do as far as alerts go, but it's really helpful. So it allows you to never miss a trade or a setup again. Okay, moving on. One cool thing, so if you go up here to the top left and hit the 3 dots, there's a dark color theme, a light color theme. I do the dark because it's easier for my eyes, but I think default's light. So, whatever you prefer, you can do. If you go here to your profile, if you have an account, here's your profile dashboard. Now, one cool thing about TradingView is you can actually post different ideas, and so that way it's not only credibility, it also helps you track and back test how you would have done. And how you do that is you would go back to your charts. Bear with me real quick. I'm on the wrong layout. Hookups. Okay, so say I wanted to publish, let me just put something real quick. I think that it's going to come up here. I want to long it, stop here, and take profit here. This is also a really cool tool. It shows you take profit, stop loss, risk reward, how many pips your stop and take profit are. But you hit publish at the top right, your idea, GBP, JPY, long, and then you would then below here given that explanation, detailed explanation why you want it to go long, investment strategy long, you should short, and where you think it should go, trend analysis, category, tag it if you want, and then you publish public idea. And once you publish it, go back to your profile, it will be right here where my old publish was. I was just testing this out before, but this is where a publish would be. And then what you would do if you go to ideas up here, you can actually see other public ideas that people post for whatever it may be. And then if you want to go to ideas and sort through different analysis or different chart patterns or ideas, you can do that as well. If you go to hover over markets, you got bonds, futures, indices, stocks, the top gainers, top losers, most active. So this is, that's another way you can kind of sort through different pairs. You got your scripts, your different strategies and indicators. Screener, you can screen for different types of plays, setups, or pairs that you may want through stocks, Forex, or crypto. Streams is still in beta version, so only a certain amount of people can do this, but you can actually live stream anything you want from TradingView, and people can join. Like I said, brokers, here are the brokers that are actually compatible. I only know some of these, like Oanda, TradeStation, Forex.com. I've actually used Forex.com on TradingView before. It wasn't bad. It was actually pretty convenient, but it was a little slow for me. I don't know if it was the broker or if it was my internet or what, but maybe it'll be different for you. It's actually pretty convenient if it works well. So then if you go to, you can see your pricing and stuff here, but go back to the chart. And here you are. So, last thing is if you right click on the chart and go to settings, there's a lot of different, things you could do as far as appearance wise. You can change your symbol colors, your scales, your appearance, your backgrounds. There's a ton of different things, whether you want the dividends, the earnings, and economic news in your charts. There's a ton of different things you could do. And once you've done that, I recommend saving it as a template down here. So that way, if you ever mess up and do something you don't want to do, you can always go back and restore it from that template. I think that's about it. I mean, I'll show you one more last thing. It's not, I don't think it's, too important or anything really cool about TradingView, but on the right up here, right toolbar, here's your, if you click on this, this is all your alerts that you have that either went off or are still active. Your data window, it shows you your data window for whatever's on your chart right here. This is your, the hot list of, whatever. You can customize this and put whatever you want, NASDAQ, volume gainers. Here's your calendar, economic calendar, earnings calendar, and then your ideas. Here's the one idea it has. So there's a bunch of different things over here. If that interests you at all. I think that's about it. I mean, that's everything that would be, I guess, more or less important to know about TradingView, and I hope that helps. Decide whether you want to use it or not. As far as Forex goes, I highly recommend this platform. I don't get anything by you using it. I just think that between this and MetaTrader 4, this is way better, and it helped me tremendously in my trading and my charting. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to comment or message us on any platform or email. Just hit us up and let us know what your thoughts are. And I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks.